Let's be honest, if you own a Pomeranian, you already know who's running your household. You might pay the bills, you might drive the car, you might even think you're the one calling all the shots. But in reality, you're just a human assistant to your Pomeranian's royal court. Today we're exposing the truth. The biggest signs your Pom secretly runs your house. And warning, by the end of this video, you're going to look around your living room, spot your Pom giving you that smug look and think, yep, they're the boss. So let's jump right in. They control the couch. Ah, yes, the couch. That beautiful, comfy piece of furniture you thought you bought for yourself. Except no, you bought it for your Pomeranian. They don't just sit on the couch, they own it. They've picked the prime spot, probably the warmest cushion, and claimed it with enough fur that you'll never get it fully clean again. And heaven forbid you try to move them. Nope. They'll just grab that corner cushion, squeeze onto the edge, and tell you, it's fine. I don't need that back support anyways. And if your Pom falls asleep, forget about it. You'll tiptoe around like you're in a library, just so you don't disturb them. Meanwhile, they're snoring, drooling, legs sprawled out like they pay the mortgage. Some of you even add pillows for them. Don't lie. You've built a little throne out of blankets so they can perch up like a tiny lion on Pride Rock. And you've even sat on the floor with a sore back while your Pom is living like royalty on the couch. That's it. They own the living room. You're just renting space. You obey their meal schedule. Meal times are another big one. Technically, you're the one with the wallet. You're the one buying the food, scooping the food, carefully measuring portions, maybe even cooking up some chicken because your Pom deserves something special. But let's be real. They're the ones deciding when dinner actually happens. You might say dinner's at 6. Your Pom says, nope, dinner is right now. And I will scream until you agree. And somehow you do it. They'll give you that stare. You know the one. The ears perk, the eyes are wide, maybe even a little bark for emphasis. And suddenly, you're standing in the kitchen, opening the treat jar like a trained butler. And if you've even made a second meal because they don't like the first one, or if you sat there hand feeding them like little bites like they're royalty and you're their waiter, I hate to break it to you, but you're not in charge of their meals. They are. You're just their kitchen staff. They decide the walks. Oh boy, this one is obvious. Technically, you think you're walking them. But anyone who's ever had a Pomeranian knows you're not walking your Pom is walking you. They decide when it's time to go. You can be in the middle of work, cooking, or relaxing, and suddenly they're there, leash in the mouth, pawing at you, whining like you've been torturing them for hours, and what do? You drop everything. You grab your shoes because heaven forbid they wait 5 more minutes. And once you're outside, oh, you thought you were in control. Nope. They stop when they want, sniff when they want, and sometimes just freeze mid-sidewalk like, nope, we're not going this way today. And then you listen, you turn around, you follow them. You're basically their Uber driver with built-in legs. And let's be honest, how many of you have stood outside in the rain or freezing cold, holding an umbrella over your Pom so they can sniff that one single blade of grass for 10 minutes straight? Yeah, they're not walking with you, you're tagging along on their adventure. Bedtime bosses. All right, nighttime. This is where the true household domination shows. Your bed, not your bed anymore. It's theirs. Somehow this little 5 to 10 pound fluffball takes up more space than a full-grown adult. They sprawl in the middle, they curl up against your legs so you can't move, or they sleep on your pillow like they've paid the rent. And you're curled up on the edge, clinging to the corner of the blanket like it's life or death. And the worst part, you don't dare disturb them. You'll wake up at 3 a.m. in the most uncomfortable position ever and think, well, I can't move them, I'll just suffer. And for those of you whose Poms decide when bedtime happens, you know what I mean. They give you that look, they climb on your lap, they huff until you turn off the TV. Next thing you know, you're in bed at 9:30 because your Pom said so. You don't choose the bedtime chooses you. Or rather, your Pom did it. Bark equals law. Now let's talk about the bark. Some people hear barking and think it's just a noise, but Pom owners know better. That bark is basically law in the household. They bark and you react. Mailman outside, bark. Suddenly you're rushing to the door like security staff. Neighbor walking their dog, bark. You're at the window checking the perimeter. Even inside the house, they use it as a command to you. They bark for food, they bark for playtime, they bark for attention, and let's be honest, do you ignore them? No, you don't. You stop what you're doing and respond, which means the bark works. And you know what that means? You're not the one giving the orders, they are. You're just following the sound of your very loud, very bossy alarm system. You speak Pom language. Here's where things get really sneaky. You now speak fluent Pom. You didn't even realize that you were learning it. But now, you're bilingual. You know the difference between the I'm hungry bark and the I need to go out whine, and there's something scary outside growl, and the I'm bored, entertain me sigh. You've become an expert interpreter. And it doesn't stop there. You've probably rearranged your entire schedule around these signals. You leave meetings early to rush home for walk time. You delay chores because they gave you sad eyes. You even know when their mood shifts before they make a sound. So who trained you here? You thought you trained them, but no, they trained you, and you've passed the test with flying colors. The royal treatment. And finally, the ultimate sign your Pom runs the house is the royal treatment. Tell me honestly, does your Pom have their own wardrobe? Little sweaters, harnesses, seasonal costumes? Do they have their own car seat, their own stroller? Or maybe they're even on their own spot at the table? Let's compare. Your Pom gets special organic treats, expensive toys, customized beds. You're eating cold leftovers on the couch. They get monthly grooming appointments, special shampoos, bows, and perfumes. You're using the same shampoo and conditioner combo that you've had for months. They're living like royalty. You're their butler, chauffeur, chef, and maid. And the best part is that you don't even mind. In fact, you love it. Here's where I want all of us to be honest. Raise your hand if you've ever canceled plans because your Pom looked at you with those big eyes and thought, I can't leave them home right now. Or maybe you skipped vacuuming because they were napping and you didn't want to disturb their royal highness. We've all been there, and honestly, we'll keep doing it. So if you've got a story on how your Pom runs the house, drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. Pom owners are all in this together. So why do Poms have so much power? Here are a few reasons. Their history. They were bred as companions for royalty, so being spoiled is literally in their DNA. Intelligence. They know how to get what they want, they learn quickly, and they use it against us. Persistence. They don't give up. Once they want something, they'll bark, whine, stare, and paw until you cave. And cuteness, let's be real. One look at that fluffy face and we would give them the world. So yeah, they take over because we let them. And honestly, we love every second of it. So now the big question, do you own a Pomeranian? Or does your Pomeranian own you? If you've related to even one of these signs, I think we both know the answer. Drop a comment down below and tell me which one of these signs happens in your house and share your own funniest Pom takeover story. If you enjoyed this video, you may enjoy my video on the 8 things your Pomeranian does only for you. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to hug your Pom today.